Hi, welcome to Let's Talk About Business. My name is Nelson Pina from IMC International, partnering with Ukoscopy TV, Swiss Financial TV in Geneva. For this program today, I have invited Dong-Yuan Kim, who is our regional director in South Korea. Hi, Kim, how are you today?
Hi, very fine. How are you, Nelson?
I'm fine, thank you. We would like to discuss this morning a question or a topic about, is Korea still a tiger or a little kitty? What do you think? Is Korea still powerful? Where is Korea going today?
I think there's just quite a potential of the economy in Korea. And as you know, many Korean companies are very aggressive these days. And I still think definitely we are a tiger, not a small one.
No, it was just a kind of provocative question. So my first question to you is, I have read that your finance minister lately called on foreign companies to boost investments in Korea. What do you think this is necessary? Why your finance minister is ringing the bell for investors to go to Korea?
Actually, on January 9th this year, President Park set up the foreign investor talks with the major multinational companies. After that, immediately finance minister announced the new policy of FDI revitalization. They include some policies to attract setting up global headquarters and R&D centers of multinational companies by providing incentives and improvement of various business environments for foreign companies. Inbound foreign direct investment elicited in year 2012 rose to 16.3 billion. This is an increase from $11.5 billion in year 2009. There will be growing interest by investors in R&D facilities, logistics centers, and regional headquarters of multinational companies. There is also much interest in Korea's highly developed electronic sectors from parts and material companies. However, we have to take a closer look at the government announcement. In particular, FDI in Korea is only 1/3 of the OECD average, and many economists believe this is well below the country's potential. Outbound direct investment to Korea is over 3 times of FDI, and eventually it will affect to weaken the balance of domestic growth. Also, there would be external factors with some opportunities for the Korea. The first thing, the growth of Asia market. The reason of importance of East Asia can be re-evaluation of status of investment environment of global assessment. Each Asia in year 2012 counted 29.5% of world GDP, 29% of world trade, 24.4% of world FDI, and 48.7% of world population, and 43.8% of foreign currencies, which are bigger than that of NAFTA and EU.
I see, Kim. After the call of your finance minister, do you have seen that investors are arriving in Korea?
Well, this is past only 2 months, so still there's a lot of revision of Promotion Act is going to be coming. So many people are still waiting.
I see. What are your observations as a regional director in South Korea about the non-South Korean companies getting into Korea, how they are doing?
Well, it's quite a subjective question, and many non-South Korean companies are doing very well. And some have adapted the markets nicely and became one of the leading market in their global operation. Personally, I have been involved in helping several global brands enter the market. On the lesson that I have learned is that it's important to gain a deep understanding of the market. Sometimes we can face with a very unique situation as such in terms of technology, regulatory requirements, or other market factors that cannot be avoided. I believe Each company's performance depends on how they establish themselves on the strong competitive model in the marketplace.
I see. In the perspective of European or American companies, South Korea has been, similar than Japan, quite regulated and a protected country. So for us here in Europe or in the United States, it's very difficult to get in. Is it true? And what kind of efforts, if it's true, obviously, what kind of efforts is your government doing to put this away and to really incentivize companies from Europe or US Americans to get in?
Well, according to government authority, their target to liberate entry investment barriers to be up to 99.7% as developed countries, and they are willing to support incentives with tax, location, and others. As a matter of fact, OECD FDI Regulatory Restrictiveness Index of year 2013 ranked South Korea is 16th among 58 countries. China was the most restricted economy, and Japan was sixth. While progress has been made in the area, there is still work to be done, and last year the government worked to pass a revised Foreign Investment Promotion Act. This will help revitalize investment and it proof of the government's commitment in this area. Part of commitment includes a vision to become a top 10 destination for FDI globally. In order to achieve the targets, government placed 4 specific execution guidelines. The first one is predictable government policy and improvement of regulatory restrictions. The second one is accommodate regional headquarters of global companies and R&D center. The third one is meet the incentive system as equivalent level of a leading developed country and improve the living environment of their foreign employees. The fifth one is attract strategic FDI by utilizing the FDA and Korean global companies such as Samsung and Hyundai.
Based on your own experience, I think to know the market locally, this is just key. You have to know the culture, the environment, the regulations. How you as a local South Korean, are you supporting companies getting established in Korea? What are your methodology? What are your steps? What you are exactly doing?
As I mentioned, I have more than 20 years experience working with global companies to introduce and to grow their brands in the Korean market. During this time, we had to compete with entrenched local players as well as multinationals, who are some in cases had much deeper pocket. To succeed, we create new demand with competitive knowledge and skill of local team under the support from headquarters. In many cases, they are still enjoying major share of the market, and each member of the team is still doing important role of global operations. And they are also a missionary for best practice of business success. For IMC Korea, we strive to help clients achieve a deep understanding of the market first, and then work to develop the strategic alternatives that will allow them to enter the market flawlessly. To help this helps to put our clients on solid footing from day one and ensure their long-term viability in the market. The key difference in our approach is that we are not just consultants. Our team has senior management position in global companies. This offers us ability to understand market in ways that traditional consultants can't, as have actually been in the same position that our clients are in today.
Imagine I will get established in Korea. I like your country. I think it's a good platform to do business in Asia. What are the top 5 recommendations you will give me as an advisor? What should I do and what should I avoid?
Well, it's a very personal thing, my experience, but the first one is work with a local expert and make an in-depth market study for 3 months and least. The second one is build up local talents and be empowered. The third one is find company resources to maximize local needs. The first one is build up good succession plan. The final one is kind of make cultural convergence. That's my recommendations.
Imagine I will now deal with the president of a South Korean company. What kind of points I should avoid dealing with a South Korean business person? What do you think? I mean, if I go to Japan or China, it's about the similar elements I should consider dealing with a South Korean business person?
We have a quite different cultural and everything is different from the Japan and China, but actually Korean market is well, if you we are dealing with Korean business people, because in past to Korea has been changed many area, and also many people are educated and their experience in Western society, and their behavior and their lifestyle is more liberalized and westernized. So I don't think there's kind of a cross-cultural difference with Western companies. And I think, but one thing, historically, Korea had been influenced by Confucianism, and they educate to respect more humble and polite attitude. So somebody can be still remain in the local companies, but not for global companies.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I will take care about these elements the next time I'm in Korea. Thank you, Kim. Considering the development of Korea since the 80s, 90s, you have become a kind of copy-paste of Japan. You have done very well. And I think today you have large groups like Hyundai, Kia, Samsung, and you stand for innovation, for technology. Asking you personally, what else stands Korea for?
Absolutely, Korea is home to some of the world's most successful industries. This includes automobiles, steel, shipbuilding, semiconductors, display, and smartphones. Not only that, but Korea's construction companies are doing extremely well overseas. And Korea's online gaming industry is now the second largest in the world. Among Korea's greatest strengths are its excellent pool of the human resources and its optimal business environment. Korea's passion for education is well known throughout the world. And Korea produces more than 100,000 science and engineering graduates every year. Not only domestic education, over 400,000 students are doing study abroad and bring all academic knowledge from various areas of leading state-of-the-art education system.
I just wanted to ask you the secrets of this great success you have in your country over the last years. I think you now have given me some elements. And let's talk about the mid-sized business, how well they are doing, expanding their business globally. We are not talking just about the big companies, which are very near to the government. What are the small business doing to be successful as the big brothers?
Actually, in year 2013, Korea achieved 3 consecutive years of global trade over $1 trillion US, with trade surplus and with a record of trade increase. Especially small and medium business contribution to the export has increased to 32.9% of the total export, with a healthier leverage with the leading product lines. Government is also making efforts to support small and medium business with a subsidization of cost of marketing and export insurance cost, as well as expansion of FTA. Other than that, it's very difficult to explain how they individually do in the globalizing their business. But IMC has a definitely good resource to cover over 40 countries with local experts supporting that Korea SMB established a local network with various tools, including partnership, M&A, and own entity. Actually, there are no local consulting firms or government institutions to provide service as much as we can service them, and it helps to reduce the risk of SMB doing business globally for both a short and long-term standpoint.
I think also money matters in South Korea, I guess. And if you are so successful, companies create a kind of, I would say, over liquidity. So this leads to private equity investments, funds, venture capital funds. What are the criteria for South Korean private equity and venture capital funds to invest outside Korea?
This market is for private equity is very limited and very restricted so far in Korea. So most of funds are generated to invest in the security and stock market only for the globally. So they are only focused to the domestic market. Also, they are just to support to the Korean global companies to their establishment in abroad. So there's a very limited investment in Korean private equity.
Thank you. Dong Yuan Kim, I would like to thank you. It has been an honor to have you here today in studio. I wish you all the best and thank you. Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
It's been great. It's been great pleasure to have an interview to discuss copy. Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure. Bye-bye, Dong Yuan Kim.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for having been listening and watching IMC International Dukas Copy TV. Bye-bye.